Starlets, I'm Sarah from Everyday Starlet. Welcome to my channel. We're bringing a little bit of glamour to everyday life. If you want to join my Starlet squad, be sure you hit that subscribe button. Today we're talking about cushion foundations. And if you're not familiar with how my makeup collection video reviews work, basically I take a particular product, in this case cushion foundations. I try a different one each day for however many days I have the product. I show you applying it, giving you my initial impression, and then I show you an update at the end of the day to show you how I liked it after wearing it for an entire day. Then at the end of the video, I will be giving you my A-list and D-list products, so be sure you stay tuned for that. To be honest, I only owned 2 cushion foundations before I started this, and I kind of felt like cushion foundations might be a little bit overrated. So I thought, you know what? Maybe I'm missing something, because brands are still coming out with cushion foundations. They were really hyped up, and I feel like they've continued to stay hyped, so I figured, you know what? Let me test out some and see if I can buy into the hype. So if you want to see my cushion foundation collection and which ones worked and which ones didn't, then just keep watching. Okay, so I primed my face with my favorite primer, the Hourglass Mineral Veil. I'm gonna try to keep that consistent with the whole test. This first one I'm trying, I actually did review in another foundation video. It was the only cushion one I had at the time, so I included it in another group of foundations. I don't remember which one, but I'll link it to this one. This was the first one, the first time I think I ever really heard of a cushion foundation. It's the L'Oreal True Match Lumi cushion. This is in the shade C3, I believe. Creamy Natural. This, you open it up, I took this out, but it comes with a little pad right here. Got a mirror, which is pretty cool for a drugstore product. And you open it up and it's got this cushion. Now I've had this for a little while, so I'm hoping it's not dried out. Okay, it's not. It's kind of fun to squish. And I know you're not really supposed to touch it with your finger. You know, it contaminates it and whatever, but my hands are clean. It says to use this pad. I don't know. You know what? I think I'm gonna try, I'm filming today, so I want my face to look good, but I'm gonna try the pad on this side. I'm gonna want a lot of coverage because again, I am filming today, so I don't remember this giving me a lot of coverage when I used it before. Okay, this is the side with the foundation. I don't really notice that much coverage. Maybe I'm rubbing it too much and I should be more patting. I kind of like it with a beauty blender. I don't know. All right, that's giving me a little bit more coverage, using more of like a patting motion. I don't know, I'm gonna try this other side with my trusty Real Techniques buffing brush because it's my fave. There's some coverage. All right, I'm gonna try to blend it in with my beauty blender. I'm just gonna kind of blend the whole thing in with my beauty blender just to get things even. I kind of liked applying it with the brush a little bit better, I think. Although having blended it out, the coverage seems similar. I just felt like with the brush, I don't know, I felt it a little bit easier to work with than just pressing on the pad, but I mean, that's just me. It is glowing. I don't know if it's giving me as much coverage as I would like in a foundation. Decent, but like I'm looking at it like in my mirror and I'm like, okay, it's okay, but I'm looking at it on camera and I'm like, I don't know, this might not be a great foundation to film with. Like it's not wowing me. I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup, set it, and then I'm gonna check in with you later in the day and let you know how I think this held up. Okay, so foundation update. It's still daylight. I've had this on for a little while and, you know, I guess my skin actually looks pretty good right now. It's shiny around the nose. I kept having to powder it. I actually somehow got a powder line, which I don't even know how I did that because I was using a brush. Here's the thing. I mean, my skin looks okay. It is shiny, but I was filming today and I didn't even film all the videos I was gonna film because I was looking at myself in the camera and I'm like, I don't like the way my skin looks. And I don't know, I mean, I realize it's not meant to be a full coverage, although I did layer it on. I have like some sheer coverage foundations that make my skin look nice. And this just didn't do anything for my skin. I'm just gonna say I'm not a fan of it. I know a lot of people love it. I know when it first came out, people were gushing over it, but on my skin, I just don't feel like it does anything for my skin. I'm just gonna say it's not a favorite. Okay, so today's cushion foundation probably wins cutest packaging. This is adorable. It's like a little cushion, like a tuffet, like little Miss Muffet sat on her, whatever. Don't mind me. This is a Physicians Formula Mineral Wear Talc-Free All-in-One Cushion Foundation SPF 50 Broad Spectrum Sunscreen. I have the shade Light. I've never used this before, I actually just opened it. And again, it has the pad here, and then you open it up. It's got a mirror in it, which is pretty cool for a drugstore. You've got the cushion. I'm actually gonna try the pad on this side of my face. Physicians Formula is I think they are expanding their shade range, but they're kind of known for having a pretty limited shade range. So, I mean, I don't really know if this is going to be the best color match, but their light foundations tend to work pretty well on me. Okay, I think that it's not the most coverage I've ever gotten from a foundation, but I think it's pretty good. I think it's giving me more coverage than yesterday's. But again, you still kind of have to pat it on now. If you kind of swoop it, it just kind of pushes it around. I'm actually going to go in because I forgot to clean my favorite foundation brush yesterday, which is my Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm gonna go with my second favorite, which is the Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I just like the way the buffing brush feels a little bit more when I'm applying it, but they're actually equally good when it comes to foundation application. I just have to try to remember to wash both of them today. Yeah, I think I like applying this stuff with the brush better. I'm gonna go over it with a beauty blender, but yeah, I just feel like I'm just getting a better application on this side. I'm gonna go over the whole thing with a beauty blender. I'm just gonna kind of build it a little bit, see if I can get a little bit more coverage. This is actually pretty good. I'm actually kind of liking how my skin's looking so far. And I mean, I don't know if it's my absolute favorite, if I'm just like, oh wow, this is incredible. My nose is feeling itchy all of a sudden, which is worrying me a little bit. But I'm gonna set this with some powder. I'm gonna wear it throughout the day, and then I'm gonna update you a little bit later and see how it holds up. I think it gave me a little bit better coverage, and my skin looked a little bit better than I did yesterday. Yesterday I was just not having it. This is a little bit better. I do think the shade's a little light for me. It is called light, but I mean, I don't think anything darker would have worked, but I did feel like it made me a little washed out. My nose is running a lot, but it's been a little itchy. I don't know if that's the product. I do know sometimes my skin is sensitive to certain products that have SPF in them. Not all, but some. And I don't know, when I put this on, my face I don't know, it just felt a little funny. Not bad. It really wore off on my nose, but I've had to blow my nose a lot today because just the weather and allergies and stuff. But it's kind of worn off a little bit funny. I'd say the cheeks held up pretty well. The rest of it held up pretty well, just the nose area, which I guess is to be expected. I mean, I like it. I don't know if I'm like in love with, like, it's not making me like want to switch my other foundations and be like, oh my god, I want to use this again. But it's not bad. From the drugstore, decent product. I definitely like it better than yesterday's, so we'll see what the rest of the test brings. Okay, so I've got a new cushion foundation for you. I just opened this. There'll be a first impression. This is the Pure Air Perfection CC Cushion Foundation. I actually have not tried that much from Pure. They have one of my favorite mascaras. I actually did a video on my favorite mascaras, and they have one of my favorites. So I thought I really should try more from them. Actually, I just opened it. It comes with a free refill. So, at least the one I bought on Ulta did. So, it's got a mirror in here and a little pad. It's pink. That's cute. I bought the shade Light, which this does look a little dark, but I'm gonna try the pad on this side of my face. I primed already with my usual primer. Pad actually feels kind of, I mean, it's really soft, but it's kind of, I don't know, it feels different, like silicone-y, I think is the word. I'm not really liking the way it's applying with the pad. So I'm gonna use my foundation brush. I did wash it. Yeah, I like the way that applies much better. I don't like this pad. I mean, I wasn't crazy about any of the pads so far, but this one, I mean, it's pretty and it feels really soft, but a little bit too silicone-y. I don't know if silicone is the right word, but it just, I don't like the way it feels. All right, I'm just gonna beauty blend this out. I mean, looking at it in the mirror, I definitely think the brush side gave me a better, like, more even coverage. I mean, it's supposed to be a CC corrector, it's supposed to be color correcting. My skin isn't really wowing me right now. It's actually, first reaction is I'm not crazy about it. I mean, it's lightweight. It does not feel heavy at all. It looks natural, but almost too natural. Like, I feel like if I'm gonna put on a foundation, I want my skin to look better, you know? Better than, like, I want it to look almost airbrushed, but like still be lightweight. And so far, this isn't doing it, but I'm actually going to finish my makeup. I'm gonna set this, and then I'm gonna check in with you guys later and let you know how it holds up. Okay, so foundation update. My eyeliner's a little over the top today, but that's beside the point. I don't necessarily think it's bad. I mean, sometimes I'd look in the mirror during the day and, like, from a distance, I'd be like, oh, my skin looks okay, but up close, I don't feel like it's settled on my skin as nicely, and I don't know, it doesn't make my skin look like smoother, more even. I don't know, I'm not in love with this. I mean, I don't think it's terrible, and it might work on some skin types, but it's just not working on me. Okay, so today's cushion foundation, first impression. I actually just got this yesterday. I think it came in the mail. This is the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation Cushion Compact Broad Spectrum SPF 35. Protect and recharge. Now, if you've seen any of my other foundation reviews, I know in my Sheer foundation review, the Bobbi Brown Skin Foundation, the original, one of my favorites, and the Bobbi Brown Skin Stick Foundation, I think it was, is also, it's not my favorite. Like, again, like, I feel like Bobbi Brown Skin Foundations in the liquid and I think it was the stick formula, they're not like my favorite foundation formulas, but they're definitely in like my top. Like, they're always in like some of my top favorites. I've got high hopes for this cushion foundation. It is similar to, ooh, nice big mirror. Got a pad here, and then you open it up. I picked the shade Light. I'm having a hard time getting this off, so I gotta grab some tweezers and see if I can peel this off, because it's having a little trouble. Cushion, it's almost like a dot in the middle, and the cushion, I was like, did they give me one that didn't have any product in it? Like, what's going on here? But no, it does. Let's try the pad side. Press it down here. I was actually just told in, I think it's my powder foundation video review, I shouldn't swoop, I should pat. It's a very essential oil kind of like smell to it, I guess is the only word I can. Very distinct smell. It's not bad, it's just a very distinct smell. I'm not really loving applying it with a silicone pad, so I'm gonna try my Expert Face brush in here and see if I like that a little bit better. I think I got a lot of it on the brush, so I'll blend that out. Yeah, really strong smell. All right, I'm gonna go over this with my beauty blender just to even it out. And anytime a product has a really strong smell, it makes me a little nervous, which, I mean, anything can irritate your skin, and not necessarily just a fragrance, like anything can, but when something has a really distinct fragrance, it kind of makes me nervous sometimes, because I'm like, ooh, is this gonna irritate my skin? I don't tend to have a problem with the other Bobbi Brown skin foundations though, so. Okay, so far I like it. I mean, I feel like the skin foundations I'm not always impressed with. I feel like I like this more than the last 2 days, but the smell is really intense, which is, I don't know, worries me a little bit. All right, but I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup, set this, check in with you guys a little bit later, but my initial impression is, it looks pretty good. I think it actually looks pretty good. I've literally been doing nothing but sitting at my computer and editing. So I haven't really had a chance to get much wear and tear, but it feels pretty good. I mean, the fragrance in it made me really nervous, as if like, I don't know, something bad was gonna happen. But so far, I don't know, I think it's decent. I mean, I don't know if it's like a favorite. I'm not like, ooh, I'm gonna use this every single day. I'm still not totally sold on the whole idea of a cushion foundation, but I mean, I like it. I think it's good. Bobbi Brown Skin Foundations rarely let me down. Okay, so I've got a new cushion foundation for you. This is the LANCÔME Teint Idole Ultra Cushion. I don't really know how to pronounce that. Liquid Cushion Compact, Longwear, High Coverage Makeup, Oil Free. It's Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 50. Apparently you have to build it. Yeah, I took this out and I'm not, like, this is kind of a cool package, but I'm like, it's empty. Like, there's nothing in here. And you actually have to like open this up. So let's try not to make a mess here and see how this works. Ah, okay, just click it in there. And then it's got the puff that sits on here. And now we're back in business. We've got the mirror. This is where the puff sits. Hang on. Got a puff here. This is softer, I feel like, and more foam-like. The other ones were much more silicone-y. Then you open it up and you've got your cushion part here. I grabbed the shade, I don't know if I said this before, I grabbed the shade 220 Buff. I'm gonna apply this the puff side. This smells very antiseptic. I don't know, it's like a weird, like alcohol-y kind of smell, I think. Giving me pretty good coverage though. All right, let me try it with the brush. Yeah, I feel like I'm getting a more even application. I'm not getting as much coverage with the brush, which is weird because with every other one I've been getting way more coverage with the brush. With this one I'm getting less coverage with the brush, but a more even application. I'm gonna go over this with my damp beauty blender. I did prime my face. I don't think I said that. I prime my face with my usual primer. I don't really like the smell, but this is giving my skin a really nice, like, even application. Kind of liking the way it looks. I'm almost liking this side now that I beauty blended it, like the side with the pad, which I've liked the brush side with every other one. I'm getting a lot more coverage on this side, and now that I've blended it out, I really like it on this side. I don't know, I'm gonna finish my makeup, I'm gonna set it, and then I'll check in with you guys a little bit later and see how I like it. I think it held up pretty well, considering. I mean, I think I got good coverage. I don't know if my skin looks like as like natural and skin-like as I like. I mean, I think it's good. I didn't like the smell, but I I think it's a good foundation. I feel like I have other foundations that I love and I like them more. So while this is good, I don't feel like this is life-changing, and I don't feel like it being in a cushion formula is really making me excited about it. Okay, so today's cushion foundation, I think this is my last one. This is the AMOREPACIFIC Color Control Cushion Compact Broad Spectrum SPF 50. I got the shade 104 Light Medium Pink. It's weightless buildable coverage, effortless perfection. This was an Elle and Allure, or it's an Elle Genius Award and an Allure Best of Beauty. Patented air cushion technology that changed the face of beauty. I just opened up the box. I've never used this before. It actually comes sealed in this pack here that I just took out. So, I mean, I kind of feel like that's cool. The LANCôME one kind of did too, but like they just sealed the actual foundation part, whereas this was all sealed all together. It's a lot smaller than some of the others, but you do still have a mirror. Have this little cushion here. This is a little bit more, it's very smooth, but it's more silicone-y, I think, than some of the others. And then you open it up, and here we go. This looks a little dark, but we're gonna see it prime my face like usual. Really strong smell. I'm not sure exactly what the smell is, but it's strong. I'm trying the dabbing for a fuller coverage effect. Feels weird though, I don't know why. Like stuff like this, I feel like my natural instinct is to smooth. It's not giving me a lot of coverage. I think it's a good shade for me. I'm gonna try my brush. Yeah, it's not quite as like antiseptic a smell as I think it was yesterday's. It's a chemical smell, but it's almost like a chemical floral smell. I mean, it's not terrible. It's not like turning me off of it. It's just, it's noticeable. Okay, this is without blending it with a beauty blender. I do feel like I'm getting more even application and better coverage on the side with the brush, which for most of them I felt that way. I think I'm just more comfortable with the brush, but I'm gonna go over all of it with a beauty blender and smooth it out and see. Okay, yeah, it's hard to tell on screen, but I definitely feel like getting a little bit better coverage on the side that I use the brush, which for most of them I felt that way. But I do still, like, I don't know, looking at my face in person, I'm like, oh, okay, my skin looks kind of nice and smooth and even. Looking at it on camera, it's looking a little, I don't know, not quite as smooth and even as I like. So I'm gonna finish up the rest of my makeup and set this, and then I'm going to check in with you guys later and let you know how it holds up. Okay, so it's been a really late night, long day, and I was really impressed with this foundation today. Like, I was literally ready to just be like, cushion foundations, done, not worth it. I felt like I had a really good skin day today. I felt like my skin looked natural, but it looked glowing. I don't know, I think I would definitely try this one again. And those are my cushion foundations. I actually purchased most of them just for this video. So for my A-list and D-list, I'm still not totally sold on the concept of the cushion foundation. I still think it's kind of gimmicky. But it wasn't until the final one that I tried, which is the AMOREPACIFIC Color Control Cushion Compact Broad Spectrum SPF 50, that won me over. I was totally ready to give up on them. I almost wasn't even gonna test this because I was just like, they're hyped up, I'm over it. I gave this one a try and I was like, this one actually impressed me. I've only used it the one time because I'm testing other products, so I haven't gone back to this, but I do feel like I will try this again because I did really like the way my skin looked when I wore this. So I have to say, I mean, I think this one was voted like Elle Genius Award, Allure Best of Beauty. Like, there's a reason this is actually, it's the best one I tried. Some of the others were okay. The only one that I just really don't like, and I hate saying it because it's probably the most affordable out of all of them, is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi cushion, which is the first one that I tried initially because I feel like it was so hyped up. I wanted to love it. I really, really did, but every time I wear it, I'm just like, I don't like the way my skin looks. I filmed the day that I wore this and I ended up just like scrapping the footage because I just didn't like the way I looked in it on camera. And I have foundations that I love that I wear every day for like just like every day running around, running errands or whatever, that like I wouldn't wear on camera because they're just like not like camera ready. Like I'd be too washed out with lights and stuff like that. But I don't know, for this one, I just, every time I wear it, like even in person, I'm just like looking in the mirror, I'm like, eh. I mean, it's not the worst thing, and if you love it, because a lot of people do apparently, because I hear it hyped up a lot online. So if you love it, great, keep wearing it. I I've never been won over by it. I'm just not crazy about it. So if you have any cushion foundations that you love or you hate, or ones that I tested or ones that I didn't test, let me know. I'd love to hear from you. Please leave your suggestions in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. A while back, I was suffering from anxiety and depression, and I truly believe that beauty and makeup saved my life. And I believe it can save yours too. So if you want to join my Starlet squad, be sure you hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on all my social media channels. The links will all be in the description box below, along with links to all these foundations. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.